So I did it again. I didn't say no. LOKLiK messaged me and said, we have a brand new crafting cutting machine. Would you like it? And I said yes. And I have no regrets. It's so awesome. I have had one previously. So if you remember about a year ago, I did the first LOKLiK machine, which is very similar to the Cricut. It's almost identical. They have a new and improved version, and I kid you not, it's so awesome. I haven't stopped playing with it since it's come through. Everything has worked perfect. I've not had problems with it. I've not had issues with it. The only issue I had was that my previous LOKLiK had software, which I had downloaded, and I was using that. And so it wasn't cutting. I was doing print then cut, and it wasn't cutting. And the customer service is amazing. They emailed me back and forth until we worked out that it was because I hadn't downloaded the new software for the new machine. So once I did that, everything just went so smooth. It asked me to, is it collaborate, where you kind of make the machine sync with your computer. So I did that, and every single thing I have made has been amazing. So if you want to make stickers, if you want to make boxes, if you want to make cards, if you want to cut your own materials, it cuts all sorts of materials. I'll link them all in the description box. Hopefully I'll have them on the screen as well for you to show all the materials you can do. It also comes with an attachment that you can purchase extra to have a roll of vinyl. So you could do really long prints. It cuts it all into the machine so that you can do like one massive long like banner if you needed to. It also has additional options where you can buy the hot foil, or I don't know if it's hot foil, but foil transfer and scoring tool. So you can do so much with the machine. But as a little sample, I have made label stickers. I have put holographic film over the top, but these are all cut out using my LOKLiK machine and printed using the print then cut function. So I've got my kids some like little labels. They are so awesome. I did some stickers using their graphics that they have online. So I've got like donut stickers and the cute little like peaches. And then I did like a little gift pack of them. I put the holographic foil on the tops of them and cut them out and put them in a little envelope, and I made myself some little stickers as well. So that's what's going to be in this video today. I'm going to share with you how I made these, how easy it is to use them, and if you're debating a Cricut or you're debating the iCraft from LOKLiK, this will hopefully help make your decision. It is a new machine, so I don't know how well it will be long term, but at the moment it's an absolute staple. It is much smaller than any of the other craft machines I've had in terms of not cutting size, but in terms of its physical size. It was much lighter and easier to hold on to, easier to get out of the box, easier to move if I want to put it into storage, like in my cupboard or something. It doesn't take up as much space. The little additional storage pocket comes off, so you can just pop that off if you need even more space. So it doesn't have this kind of bulky extra pocket. You can actually take that off and you can store it really nice and easily. So I can't wait to share with you the creations I've made. I'm going to share with you roughly how I made them as well. And hopefully it'll give you an idea whether this might be something you want or not. So the first thing I wanted to share with you was the unboxing. It came with everything you need to get started. It has a cutting mat. However, the cutting mat it comes with is a standard grip. I would highly recommend getting a light grip mat as they are very, very sticky. And you can purchase light grip mats on Amazon, on eBay, loads of ones that are unbranded. So here on my screen, I have got my Cricut, which I bought about 6 years ago, the old LOKLiK, and then the new LOKLiK, just so you can kind of get an idea of the size difference. So the new one is so much smaller and more compact and so much lighter. It also has just minimal buttons on the top, like the previous LOKLiK, whereas my Cricut has like a dial on it, although I think the new Cricuts don't have dials. I think they have buttons as well. So here you can see the size difference between the two previous. The thing that I miss the most on this one that the Cricut and the old LOKLiK had was that storage inside the lid. So it used to have storage that you could store your extra blades in, and now it doesn't. So that's a bit gutting because when I need a new blade, I can't ever remember where I put them. So there's the old magnetic kind of storage area for blades, and this one doesn't have anything. So that's one area I wish it still kind of had, but then I think that's because that piece there at the front comes off, so you can put the roller on if you choose to buy the roller. So let's take a closer look. With my Cricut, you've got the two different ones, A and B. One was for like a pen and one was for the blade. And then you've got the dial on the top where you had to select your material. With the LOKLiK one that I've got, you do all the selecting online. It has presets online. It has one slot and there's an adapter for when you want to put a pen in. So it comes with an adapter instead of having the two separate ones. The old LOKLiK again had two separate ones. I haven't noticed that this makes much of a difference. Obviously, I don't have the scoring tool. I do have some pens, but I haven't tried them out yet in my new LOKLiK machine. And that's a bit of an up-close kind of view of the machines. A cool little side note was that this machine actually won gold in the International Design Awards. So that's quite fun. It's obviously been put through a bit of testing and it has come out on the top. Here's a little comparison chart if you want to pause the video to see what the difference between the old one is versus the new one. There's a few little changes, but let's get started in making some stickers. So I've already created some for Rosalie, and I've done all of my designing and my stickers that I've done myself in Canva. Canva is an online website. I'll put the link down below. They do have a free version as well as the paid version. I have the paid version, so I can go ahead and type in what I'm looking for, and in this case I typed in name labels or name stickers, something like that, and then I adapted them to have Rosie's name. And then for Elias, I went in and just changed his little pictures to the Minecraft pictures and then changed his name to Elias and updated that on all of them. Then I saved the file, so I downloaded it and saved it to my computer, and now I'm importing it into the LOKLiK software. The software is really great and easy to use. You can go ahead and remove the backgrounds if you've got any backgrounds, and in here you can select print then cut. It also gives you another option later on to select print then cut again. I don't know all the ins and outs of the software because I haven't done much with it yet, but there are lots of tutorials and instructions on how to use it, which is really nice. Now for this one I hit shrink because I wanted it to cut just inside the label, and then that way it gave me a nice space with zero white space. Now when I click finish and put it into the canvas, you don't actually need to expand it and play around with this, because once you go to print then cut, it's going to need you to shrink the image anyways to fit within the registration line so that the lasers on the machine can read where it's going to cut. So here I'm going to select print then cut, and then you can see those registration lines pop up, and now I can expand or contract my labels to fit within those lines that I know it will cut. Now this is where you need to be aware. This is the only problem I had with the machine the whole entire time, is if you are too close to those registration lines, it doesn't seem to be able to cut it evenly. It really struggles to cut right near those registration lines, so make sure that your image is a bit inside, a bit more inside. So you can see here I've printed it right up to those lines. It didn't work out very well. I left this footage in so you could see my first oopsie. Hopefully not make that mistake if you have the machine as well. So I'm going to go into my print settings now, and this is where it's very, very important. My sticker paper that I've used is photo sticker paper. So I'm clicking on premium glossy, and I want the best quality. That means it will give the most concentration of ink, and it takes about 5 minutes to print one sheet. So it takes quite a while, but my Ecotank is very, very efficient, and it does not cost much to print at all. Now my original hope for these was to make them a label sticker that I could put in their clothes that I could wash and dry and not have it fall off. So I was thinking I wanted to make it more waterproof, and I remembered I had these Tech Wrap vinyl sticker cover sheets, and they're beautiful. They are holographic. So if you've seen, I did a video a while back where I covered some cardstock with these stickers, and it just kind of gave my colored cardstock this iridescent beautifulness. It kind of ends up looking like you've put embossing powder on things essentially. But I decided I wanted to cover my sticker sheet with one of these sheets, and then that way it's got this gorgeous holographic look to it, and it's a bit more water resistant. So the trick with this is I'm going to peel back a very, very small bit of the edge, maybe about 1 inch wide, and I'm going to use a ruler to help me lie it down and apply it. So I'll pull back just that one edge, about 1 inch, and then I'm going to line up the non-sticky edge against the bottom edge of my sticker sheet, hold it down in place with my hand, and then kind of just press down the sticky part. And then I can take my ruler and I can move my ruler along, and it basically just pushes the release paper off the back of the sticker, and then boom, it's covered, and it looks amazing. So this is an easy way to make stickers and make them gorgeous and stunning and a bit more water resistant. Now, on a side note, I did run these through my washing machine on some items of clothing, and they fell off within seconds. So they didn't even last through the washing machine. So I have no faith that they'll last in the dishwasher either. And obviously they didn't even make it to the tumble dryer to see if they would last there. But these will be great on things like pens, pencils, pencil cases, things I'm not going to wash. Now I've gone ahead and stuck it onto a light grip mat. If you use a standard grip, I found it just ripped my stickers to shreds. So it did not work. I used a combination of photo glossy sticker paper as well as vinyl glossy sticker paper. So obviously the vinyl is a lot more durable. It doesn't rip because it's like a plastic. And then the photo paper was probably the same color quality, but it was just a bit cheaper than the vinyl sticker paper. Now, once you've got your paper lined up on your mat and loaded into the machine, you can then go through the next steps, which is picking material. So LOKLiK have got a huge range of different kinds of material. I just ignore the brand and I picked roughly what I had. And I picked roughly what the GSM would be, or the weight of it would be when I've put the two layers together. You can always add an extra pass to it, add extra force to it if you think it needs to cut deeper. So for example, if you want to cut your stickers and leave them on the sheet like I've done, or if you want to cut them out fully like I did at the very end, which you'll see which were the donuts, then you would add more pressure or maybe a second round of cutting. Now this is the footage of the machine in action in real time, and it's nice and quiet. It's not overly loud, which is really lovely. However, this is the only sticker sheet that did not work in all of them, and I think it's because I put the images too close to the registration line. So you can see here it is just slightly off. It hasn't fully cut the sticker in the colored area. Now every single other sticker I created cut brilliantly. So here it is again. I printed out and deleted a line. I managed to mess up putting the sticker over it, the top layer sticker sheet, the holographic stuff. I got that little bumpy, but it didn't affect the cutting whatsoever. It still cut it out absolutely perfect. So there's one of my stickers all done. Here are the ones I did for Rosalie, and they cut exactly inside the line. You can see there's very minimal color outside the line of where it cut. And this is when I hit the shrink button on it. And they are stunning. The kids were thrilled with them. They loved the glittery, shiny look to them. And they feel very durable, especially the vinyl ones. So here's all the ones I did for Elias. I actually did another 2 or 3 sheets for each of them. So I've got absolutely tons of these little sticker labels. These will be fantastic when they've got to have all their own pencils and pens and stuff for secondary school. Now I moved on to doing vinyl. My husband asked me, I don't know, like 6 months ago, could I please make some labels for the tea, coffee, and sugar? Because when they're sat like this on the counter, you can't actually see what they are. So I decided that I would take this opportunity to do that. So I've got some Cricut vinyl. This is like a metallic-y gunmetal color. So I've cleaned the tops of the lids with rubbing alcohol just to make sure to remove any oils or anything that might be stuck on there. They have been in the kitchen for ages, so obviously cooking oil could be on there, and you want the vinyl to stick really, really well. So I went ahead and typed using the font that was in my LOKLiK software, and then I've gone ahead and got some transfer tape and lifted those pieces of vinyl up and sticking them down onto the lids, and then give them a little bit of a burnish with a bone folder. And that's it. They stick beautifully. It cut like butter. It was so nice, so easy to lift off the release paper. Works so lovely with vinyl. So my tea, coffee, and sugar now all have labels, and we can see them from the top, and I'm certain this will last a very, very long time, as it's really good quality vinyl, and I just love the way they look. Right, so the next thing I want to show you is if you go into the library in the LOKLiK software, you can actually do fun things like make boxes and all sorts. So there's the Discover section. They have hundreds and hundreds of free images that you can use that you can just put onto your canvas and cut out or print then cut. There's also inspiration in the inspiration section where it's the more 3D projects, and I'm hoping that they continue to add to these libraries because it's quite fun having all this stuff in there, and it's all free and included as well with the LOKLiK software. Now the downside is I don't yet have the scoring tool, and so when I went to cut these out, I thought that I could use the blade to score it, but no, the blade actually sliced through it, which you'll see in a second.
But it gives you a little video and it tells you what kind of cardstock you could use or should use for the project, and it shows you how it assembles at the end, which is really fun. I love that little 3D box thing. So you can obviously also adjust it, so you can make it to the full size of your 12 by 12 cardstock if you're doing that, and make it as big of a box as you can. It tells you which bit is scoring and which bit is cutting, and you obviously want to score it if it's going to be scored, but I don't have the scoring tool yet. They are not available in the UK. The scoring tool and the foil tool are going to be available in May. If you're in America, you can get all of the sort of tools and accessories apart from, I think, the roll now. So you can get those items. So if I had the scoring tool, then I would stick that into my machine now, and then I would hit score, and then I would change it over to the blade and use the blade. So it's all really quite simple and easy to follow along with, and you can make all sorts of creations just using what they've already got on their software. So obviously you select the material you're using and just double check that you're happy with all the settings, and then you go to add to task. Now when it goes to add to task, it separates them into two different ones, or however many ones you need. So I've got the scoring one as number 1, and then I've got the cutting operation as number 2. So it's important to pay attention to those and make sure you've got the correct tool in your machine. Now this is where I got my brand new paper pack out that just came from Paper Rose. I was really excited about it, and I wanted to make a beautiful sort of little Easter box, and used the favorite piece of paper from the collection. And this is where I thought I would test out scoring. So when you're using your machine, use your scrap paper first and have a go with that. Otherwise you waste your beautiful stuff on your first round. So I learned my lesson. I started doing everything in white first and then using a nicer paper, but this is where I creased my own score lines and kind of guessed where they should be, and still managed to make the box, which I'm really pleased with. And then I also did this box here, which I thought would be a really cute sort of little Easter box, and I could go ahead and put some of the kids like Easter sweets in it. There are different images that can go on the front of the box, and then it does it so that I think you can layer it and have a different image on the front of the box. But I just took out all those extra layers and left it absolutely plain and did it in white. And it cut like butter. I'm really pleased with it, and it wasn't too difficult to work out where the score line should be. So I assembled that one as well, but I definitely will be buying the score tool because that will make things a lot easier. As I mentioned a few seconds ago, there are absolutely hundreds of images. You can type in what you're looking for. I clicked on print then cut, so I only had images that would print then cut, and I saw these donuts, and they were one of the first things I played with when I was having to go with the machine, and then noticed that there were a ton of these little donut things. Well, not a ton, but there were about 4 different stickers worth of these donuts, and I thought they'd be really cute to put on a sticker sheet. So all you have to do is hover over it and click add to canvas, and it goes straight to your canvas for you. And then you can go back into your canvas and edit them. So I have edited and duplicated some of them here and made my little sticker sheet, grouped them all together so that I could then create and make them in my next step. So again, here I'm making sure that they're nice and shrunk down, so I've got a bit of space between the images and those reading lines, the laser lines. And then I do the same thing again. I go ahead and I print it, and then I run it through my machine, and it cut amazingly well. Like, I could not believe it. Every single cut apart from that one sticker sheet has come out perfect, like barely any white. I mean, you can see the teensiest bit of white on there, but look how close that is to the edge that it cut. And this is where I added more pressure and did a second round so that it would cut straight through, so I can make a little bundle of stickers that I could give away to someone, and all they have to do is peel off the back, and I can just stick them into some nice cute packaging and stick one of these homemade stickers on the top as well. I couldn't help myself, and I went on Amazon and found some more different kinds of sticker sheets, so I'm going to be trying these ones out over the next few days and seeing how they go. I hope you enjoyed today, and if you'd like to see more about the LOKLiK machine, or you have any questions about the machine, please feel free to drop a comment down below or an email to me. My email is in the description box. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this is helpful to you. Take care. Bye.